I had AI predict Bronny's future NBA career, and you won't believe what happened. We all know that Bronny just got drafted to the Lakers in the second round.
Hey, Bronny, you got Rob Pelinka here and Coach Redick. And so the Lakers are going to draft you with the 55th pick in the draft, and I just wanted to let you know.
And it's a pretty remarkable story that Bronny was able to make the NBA after suffering a cardiac arrest last year.
And to be playing basketball again and then to start to try to play it at a high level, there's so much more room for growth for him.
And I still think he can be a very good NBA player. I don't think we should, as in the media, people will hope it happens right away. He's still very young, and he didn't really have a last year. So it's going to be fascinating to watch his journey.
And with all of this media attention on a second-round pick with the son of LeBron James, it made me ask the question, what will his career look like? To answer this, I turned to ChatGPT. I threw in the prompt to predict Bronny's NBA career, season by season, and this is what it came up with. Starting in his rookie year, 2024-2025, ChatGPT knew that he got drafted to the Lakers 55th overall. He entered the draft with modest expectations. Despite his draft position, he quickly proved his value as a solid role player. ChatGPT highlighted his defensive skills and basketball IQ earned him a spot on the NBA All-Rookie second team. In the playoffs, the Lakers fell to the Phoenix Suns in the first round. Not a bad first rookie season for a 55th overall pick, averaging 8.5 points per game, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds, which were better than his college stats. The second year is where it starts to get interesting. Will Bronny break out and become a star, or will he taper and flame out of the league like almost every other second round pick? Well, his second year with the Lakers, Bronny solidified his role as a reliable bench player, contributing significantly on both ends of the floor. He developed a strong rapport with his teammates and showed flashes as a potential playmaker in this league, averaging 10 points per game. But what got interesting in the third season was as soon as LeBron James' 2-year contract he just signed with the Lakers ended, LeBron retired and Bronny got traded to the Atlanta Hawks. That's pretty cold from the Lakers organization, especially for a player that was growing in his role. When Bronny joined Atlanta, he quickly became a key rotation player. He improved his scoring and defensive abilities and helped the Hawks reach the playoffs. Despite his strong performance, the Hawks were eliminated in a hard-fought 7-game series against the Bucks. In Bronny's 4th season in the NBA, he proved that he was more than just a role player that was going to phase out of the league. He emerged as a starter and continued to improve his all-around game. Career-high averages in points, assists, and rebounds, and he helped the Hawks reach the Eastern Conference semifinal. Their playoff run ended in 6 games against the Philadelphia 76ers, but they kind of proved that Bronny can actually be a good player in this league. He's obviously still nowhere near his dad's level, but ChatGPT does think that he's good enough to be a starter in the league. Year 5 Bronny was something different. This is his breakout season. Bronny had a breakout year, earning his first NBA All-Star selection and the Most Improved Player award. He became the Hawks' go-to scorer and playmaker, leading them to the Eastern Conference Finals. Despite his efforts, the Hawks were defeated by the Brooklyn Nets in a 7-game series, but in one of the playoff games he put up 35, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. It's funny though, he's the Hawks' go-to scorer and AI only thinks that he averages 17 points a game. Maybe they think that the NBA is going back to a defensive league. But after this breakout campaign, Bronny was an unrestricted free agent and he could go anywhere he wants. And the big move for Bronny was going to the Chicago Bulls. He continued to be a key contributor, averaging 16.5 points per game, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, but didn't make the All-Star game. He led the Bulls to the playoffs where they lost in the second round to the Boston Celtics. And Bronny became a veteran leader for those Bulls teams. Bronny took on the role of mentoring younger players while still producing solid numbers on the court. His leadership helped guide the Bulls to the playoffs, but once again they were ousted by the Toronto Raptors in a closely contested 7-game series. The way Bronny's career is panning out is better than some of the draft comparisons we've seen, like Davion Mitchell. If he secures a ring or some more individual accomplishments, he might be looked at like the way Drew Holiday is. After a down year last year, Bronny saw a resurgence, averaging 18 points a game, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and became an all-star. He led the Bulls to the Eastern Conference Finals where they faced the Miami Heat. Despite his efforts, the Bulls fell in 6 games, ending their impressive playoff run. In year 9, Bronny became a free agent once again in the offseason, where he got to pick where he would play. He ended up choosing the Dallas Mavericks, seeking a new challenge and a fresh start after failing multiple times with the Bulls. He adapted well to the new system, providing solid contributions across the board. The Mavs made it to the second round of the playoffs but were outmatched by the Golden State Warriors. It's kind of at this point where AI starts to get a little bit repetitive in the nature of these seasons. Solid contributions, fringe all-star, lose in the first few rounds of the playoffs. Now don't get me wrong, not everybody's going to turn out to be a superstar, especially a second round pick. But as we reach the end of Bronny's career in year 10 and year 11, Bronny doesn't reach the same heights he was once at, and is now a veteran leader that's mentoring the young players. After 2 seasons in Dallas, Bronny moves on to his last and final team, becoming a free agent and marking that this will be his last season in the NBA. He signs a 1-year deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers to come home. Bronny decides to return where he was born and where his dad started his career, signing with the Cavs in his final season. He got a farewell tour celebrated by fans and players alike, honoring his contributions to the game. I don't know how realistic a farewell tour for a player that was only a 2-time All-Star in the league really is, but AI clearly thinks the fans will love Bronny and he will continue on the legacy of the James family. If we look back at his final career accolades and career totals, Bronny seriously put together a solid NBA career, better than 99% of second-round draft picks. He finished as a 2-time All-Star, won the Most Improved Player award, and was All-Rookie second team his first year. His final career totals was over 14,000 points, 5,000 assists, 4,000 rebounds, 1,000 steals, and 320 blocks. He averaged around 15 points a game, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, a steal, which are very solid numbers in this league that kept him around for 11 NBA seasons. ChatGPT didn't go super overboard in thinking that he would become a superstar, but they did think that he would be a solid starter in this league, and he would change teams multiple times throughout his career. I think you could say that they think he'll be a slightly worse version of Drew Holiday, which won't mean that he'll make the Hall of Fame, but it's clear that he put together an NBA career many would strive to have. As we look at Bronny entering today's game, we must have low expectations on where his career will take him. At the end of the day, his college numbers were not very much, only averaging 4 points in college. And we gotta keep our expectations low, because he was only the 55th pick in the NBA draft. And let's be real, what other players are we talking about that were 55th overall? But it's hard not to see the potential with his athletic ability, his genes, and what we've seen at Sierra Canyon and little bits and flashes we've seen at USC. Bronny's first Summer League game was yesterday, where he put up 4 points, while only shooting 2 of 9 from the field. So it's clear, if Bronny wants a future in this league, he's got a lot of work to do. But the fact is, he still can go out and make history for a 55th overall pick, and he's got one of the best players of all time on his side, helping him along the way. I'm actually curious to see how Bronny's career will turn out, because we've never seen this type of attention for a second-round pick before. So will it go to plan? Will he pan out of the league? What will the Lakers do if LeBron retires? These are all great questions to ask. And what AI thought will happen is a little ambitious. But when you've got the name James on the back of your jersey, clearly you've got a chance in this league. If you liked the video, please subscribe and drop a comment down below on which player you'd like to see this done for next.